Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We've completed the entire negative. How do you complete the Polaroid? How to complete Polaroid Isaac. Kill Isaac in the cathedral 6 times. Oh, so you unlock the negative before the Polaroid. The cathedral is the harder path. What a strange tangled web we weave. Unlocked by beating greed mode with Azazel. Well, obviously that's something we can do in the future here. But you know what? We got a lot of Isaac work left to do. Let's just start with Isaac. I know you're going to ask many questions. A7K0, 9 Kimmies. I could only name one Kimmy. Kimmy Schmidt. That's it. That's the one. I think that's it. Apart from that, kimchi. I can name at least 2 kinds of kimchi. You got the one made with a Napa cabbage, then there's a cucumber kimchi that's delicious as well. Anyway, you count, I totally forgot the name. Do you count Danmuji in there? Look, this is getting a little too Korean cuisine focused, but I do like a good Korean cuisine. So, I'm just being to thine own self be true, if you know what I mean. For the time being, the last run was fairly difficult, actually. One of the more difficult runs you could possibly have while also having Brimstone, which means, you know, in the whole scheme of things, it wasn't really that difficult at all, but we got through it, and that's important. As Blue Baby, sometimes it can be a little dicey, and Brimstone, no damage upgrades, wasn't doing us as many favors as it oftentimes would, so it wasn't an automatic victory. Plus, we beat, we unlocked Hush, and I think we might have unlocked the Shoal path permanently, but I'm not totally sure about that. But I did just get a good idea for like a non sequitur bit. It would be like, I'm a Shoal man. Well, I do have like the soundboard hooked up. I don't have any air horns on it yet, but I could do like this. Yeah, give me a moment here. Don't hit me, please. I'm a Shoal. He's gonna hit me. I'm a Shoal man. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Okay, silly start to today's episode, but we're gonna get through it nonetheless. I assure you we've got nothing to fear. Not even fear itself. I shouldn't have taken that red heart of damage, even for the purposes of the joke, because it's gonna make it impossible, for me to, especially now that I've given it a chance. Impossible for me to get an arcade on the next floor, and an arcade with IV bag is really nice because it gives you extra chances to get the blood bag, or to get a second IV bag, or just to get more money than you otherwise would in an average situation, but that's fine. Got no choice here. Toxic Shock is actually really, really good. All we need is a bomb, and then there's a Tinted Rock, and then we're probably set for life. And by set for life, I mean set for getting to deal with the devil on this floor, where we will possibly pick up an item that helps us and as a result be set for life, maybe? I don't know. Toxic Shock is good, though, especially if our damage is not altogether that impressive. Oh, that was close. The fact that enemies that die leave creep is really, really useful, especially, I mean, you saw in that situation right there. Friends to the end. Adequate, but not 10 out of 10. There's our bomb. We're probably good. Okay. I know you probably thought we started this one playing a little bit too far away from our chest. You always play the cards close to your chest. We were playing, you know, with the cards at arm's length, going, don't look at my cards. 4 cents, not quite enough to, in all likelihood, buy a Spirit Heart, but still. If we lost an Isaac run this early on, I mean, you start with 3 HP. There's very, very little reason to be messing up an Isaac run this early. Except for hubris. And I accept hubris as a valid reason. You're gonna tell Macbeth that, oh, sorry, Macbeth, you can't lose. Spoilers. Because of hubris. I always thought, you know, I respect Shakespeare. A lot of people, you know, you're basically forced to read Shakespeare in high school. A lot of people resented that. He's not my favorite playwright. I'm saying that as someone who's read all of, like, 6 plays in my entire life, probably, but no, you know, he's not my favorite author of printed media. Certainly BuzzFeed fits the bill a lot better for my personal taste. But I always thought that was kind of a cop-out. It was like the first M. Night Shyamalan twist. This is the first time we've had Lump of Coal, by the way. When, you know, the witches tell Macbeth, they're like, no man born of woman could possibly kill you. And then Macduff shows up, and Macbeth is like, hey, sorry to burst your bubble, Macduff, but no man born of woman could possibly kill me. I was told that by witches. As we know, in today's modern world, witches are considered, you know... Oh, we need to pick it up, of course. Witches are considered immutable. Macduff is like, I understand that. I only know a couple of things in this world. One of which is that witches are immutable harbingers of the truth. Oh, that was a little scary, huh? Probably shouldn't have done that, but we did unlock a crawl space or possibly black market. It's a crawl space with 3 pennies. Wow, well worth the cost of doing business. But he's like, check it out. My mom had a cesarean section, so I was not born of woman. And I was like, is that how it works? You have to pass through that holy gate to be considered born of woman? I was also born via C-section. I consider myself to be born of woman, though. I don't know, it always struck me as kind of a weak premise. I don't know if maybe audiences were just a little bit less discerning back in like the 17th century, you know? They're like, ha ha ha, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life because I'm not presently dying of a, you know, venereal disease or something like that. But for me, in a 21st century audience, I do like Macbeth, but that twist at the end just never really got me, to be honest with you. I'm like, you don't want to have a conversation with Shakespeare and be like, he is still born of woman, though. In my opinion, at least. Wow, I forgot. First off, our stats they got too good too fast. It's like winning the lottery. I'm gonna lose it all and buy like 18 Toyota Tacomas or something like that. Our speed got way too fast. But this is great. Dim bulb with something that has no charges, or no ability to charge, aka unlimited charges, I guess, for being strictly correct here, is apparently amazing. It's like a really, really... I'm gonna add in a third really. I know you're gonna say, save that third really for a situation that warrants it. I think this situation warrants it. It's a really, really, really good all stats up. We're up to 9.3 damage. A lot of that is, thanks to Magic Mush, but part of it is certainly thanks to IV Bag. Big Chub, you know, he's just hanging out. He's doing his thing. I'm happy to have him along for the ride. The big thing in the last episode, by the way, was we knocked out Super Meat Boy. The, like, literal Super Meat Boy achievement, eponymously named, which is actually a pretty big get for us. Dude, this item shows up in every shop. And it's a pretty big get for us because, oh my Atlanta. That's something that, to get it so early on in our, you know, relative Isaac career here is extremely unlikely. So I'm very happy to have gotten it. Diplopia? I mean, the thing is, we don't need IV Bag. You know, we've got money. We don't have money equals power. Pardon me. Diplopia still works with unlimited charge, or sorry, with a dim bulb here. So we're pretty much completely set in that regard anyway. Justice. It'd be nice to have more money, but we can't even donate the money that we do have because the donation machine is broken. So I think we'll roll with Diplopia, and maybe we can double some angel deals or something. Yeah, thank you for this, because I am going to sacrifice some, and I regret this decision immensely. We have tons of keys. Let's just teleport out, save ourselves the half Spirit Heart, more or less guarantee ourselves the maximum possible chance of a deal with the devil, and, you know, continue on our merry way here. Things are going well. Took me a long time to get used to saying that. Things are going well. It really oh, we don't have any runes unlocked. I forgot about that. It really did take the expression, Superman does good, you do well, for me to start saying do well instead of do good. Mostly because of the song Be Good Johnny, right? He doesn't say be well, 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 Johnny. Anyway, it's a men at work joke. I can't get to sleep. Anyway. But I take issue with language on multiple occasions. For example, I really dislike when you know, in school you would say, can I go to the bathroom? And then your teacher would be like, and you'd be like, okay, may I go to the bathroom? What is this? Like, are you an actual computer? You know what I mean. Of course you possess the physical capabilities of going to the bathroom. That's not how we use can and may in the English language. Maybe it was in like 1920, but you know, when a server at a restaurant comes over, it's like, what can I get for you? It's like, what may you get for me? You do possess the physical ability to carry food to me. Can I get a cheeseburger? May I get a cheeseburger? Of course you can receive a cheeseburger. You have a table and a plate and flatware in front of you, do you not? Just always, even as a child, I wasn't that much different as a child as I am today. Pretty much just a physically smaller version of the person you see before you. It struck me as needlessly pedantic. But then, like, I don't understand. There must be, like, theses written on this. Not theses, that's a different YouTube channel altogether. There must be theses, rather. Ooh, we've gone to 10 arcades, maybe. Oh, you jerk. Written about this subject. The etiquette of allowing people to go to the bathroom. In classrooms is what I mean. I don't know what the rules were. We didn't have hall passes, but I understand the concept of a hall pass. Is like, you know, the teacher has basically commodified the ability to leave the classroom, so they have a good excuse if a third person wants to leave the classroom and they only give out like 2 hall passes or something like that. Plus, it lets the hall monitors know that you're allowed to be out in the hallway. I understand. However, I think we're just still gonna do it like this. I don't even want to buy Mama Mega here. You might be thinking I'm gonna take the position that shouldn't you just be able to go to the bathroom when you have to go? And I think, honestly, that my answer to that is no. Because there are situations in real life where you can't go to the bathroom, where you have to hold it, and I think it's a skill worth learning and a habit worth making. Because you're not learning the habit of holding your urine in. What you're learning is, should have gone when I had free time, instead of, you know, taking it out of something that's important. So I agree, you shouldn't just let, you know, people go to the bathroom whenever they have to go. But I think it's weird that when you're in, like, elementary school, let's do it. You'd have to hold up your hand and say to your teacher in front of the whole class, may I go to the bathroom? Like, everybody poops. We all know the REM song. Everybody poops. And everybody cries. Maybe not at the same time, but to have to announce it in front of the whole class is a little demeaning, right? I mean, not demeaning, again, because everybody does it, but it's more information than necessary. Why make them verbalize it? Like, in college, you just get up and go, because you're an adult, and they're like, oh, if you're paying for the classes, what do I care? The teachers, I guess, share some responsibility for your well-being in elementary school. I mean, I'm thinking back to an anecdote that I had when I was in 2nd grade. You need a little bit of backstory on this. Throughout my entire, and I mean entire, school career, I pooped at the school 2 times. That's it. One time was in 2nd grade. So it's like my 3rd or 4th year of school. Junior kindergarten, senior kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade. I had never pooped at the school before. It's kind of like my white whale, if you will. So all of a sudden, I feel that telltale urge. I put up my hand, and I asked the teacher, can I go poop? And she said, yes, you can go, but you don't have to say which one you're doing. And I understand where she's coming from, especially in hindsight, but she's gonna, instead what I'm gonna do is put up my hand. May I go poop or pee? Like, everybody knows what you're doing in the bathroom. It's not like you're maintaining some level of plausible deniability. Like, oh, he could just be going to wash his hands. He's 7 years old. He's not going to the bathroom to wash his hands willfully. He's taking a number 2 or a number 1. Anyway, the next time was one time in high school when I had some gastrointestinal distress. I always just, and this carries onwards to this point. I have I've gotten over it. I will poop in public. You know, not to overload you here. I'm not giving you gross details, so if you're like, ooh, like, just get over it. You might have a child one day. You're gonna have to change their diaper. Get ready to deal with, you know, poop. I pooped on an airplane. I've pooped in restaurants. Multiple places of employment, many different times. I'm basically over it. Probably pooped on like 4 continents. Definitely North America and Asia. Certainly Europe. I don't think I have the 3rd or the 4th continent yet. Well, I guess Great Britain is still technically part of Europe. Anyway, I digress. We don't need to go down that road. All I'm getting at is that it is a condition that no longer afflicts me. But I like privacy in the moment. Let's use this 99 cents as a good opportunity to buy a bunch of stuff that we have not picked up yet. Stuff that would be good for us for the run, but also probably items that we have not picked up yet, so we can just improve on our progress towards getting, you know, basically everything unlocked. I don't necessarily think it's a rare thing to like privacy when you defecate, I'm just saying. I don't want to take Little Baggy. At some point, we're going to have to take Little Baggy. I don't want to take Little Baggy. I think we've already taken Moving Bucks. I do like BFF. You might even be saying, who doesn't like it? I don't know. There are people that poop with the door open. I don't like that. Even if I'm home by myself, I close the door. And I justify it to myself that, like, oh, like, if I get robbed, I at least want one door between me and the robbers. First off, gives me time to prepare. Secondly, a certain layer of decency. Like, if you're gonna take all my stuff, I don't want to be naked and in a vulnerable position while you do it, I guess is what I'm suggesting here. It's a good pickup. Same with the shower. I don't like being in the shower with the door open. Not the shower door, I'm like the bathroom door that leads to the shower. The door that leads to the room which has the shower in it. I'm just saying, you know, we don't have a shower door. I've seen showers with doors. This is a shower curtain situation. Just don't feel comfortable. It's like it's exposed even though it shouldn't be. But I might be in the minority there. I also like to have my own environment. I like to have, you know, time with which to pursue it. I think it's the long poop. And I don't know if Robert will attest to this. It's not just, because people say like, well, you know, if you take 15 minutes to defecate, why don't you just take 5 minutes to defecate and then 10 minutes of doing whatever you would do on the toilet but not on the toilet? You raise a very logical point, but it's different. It's a psychological thing. It's about having a forced break to guilt-free do whatever you want in there. So, you know, when I was in high school, I beat Super Mario Bros. 3, the re-released version for the Game Boy Advance on the toilet. Took me several months of, you know, 10 to 15 minute play sessions, but I had a wonderful time doing it. Great memories. Some of the best times of my life, honestly. Read countless books. Takes a long time, but you feel like it's a job well done at the end, you know? When I didn't have a smartphone, occasionally you do the crap top. You ever do that? You bring your laptop into the bathroom with you and play like Microsoft Chess or something? Ooh, NL, I don't want to use your laptop. Good, don't use my laptop. It's my laptop. Suck on that. It's got my germs on it. I'm not worried about my own germs. I wash my hands afterwards. If the laptop picks up some poop particles, that's fine. By the way, I'm sure everybody going, oh, that's gross. Y'all are using your smartphone on the toilet anyway. But that's different. It's not on my lap. It's an inch and a half away from my lap. The germs can't travel that far. There's a force field around it. Bunch of hypocrites. Y'all straw men are a bunch of hypocrites. Okay. I'm just saying, they were dark times back then. The smartphone has revolutionized it. Humbling Bundle is doing work. I think, you know, we should do the classic... Oh, by the way, Holy Light plus Cricket's Body. Nice combination. I appreciate getting extra Holy Light shots that, if there's a lot of riffraff on a room, could help us out a great deal. But I think we should do the classic boss rush move, which is essentially use Diplopia and take 4 items from boss rush if they give us the opportunity to do so. So here's the theory I want to test. Oh, we don't need 2 of any of these. So we're just gonna take Nun's Habit, even though here's the thing, in case you're not familiar. Excuse me? Okay, I'm losing my mind, because that should have broken it. In case you're not familiar, Nun's Habit might be useless for us right now, but Holy Water is just not good. So, I mean, especially considering we have Aquarius, we can make our own Holy Water with Blackjack. But what I'm trying to get at with you here in the windows of my soul is there's no reason to use Diplopia there. We don't need 2 Nun's Habits. It doesn't do anything for us. Now, what I wanted to test is, do we get... Yeah, never mind. The test just came through. I'll explain it nonetheless, though. We don't get Holy Light shots out of a Cricket's body proc unless the first shot was Holy Light, in which case we get 4 Holy Light shots when it goes through Cricket's body. That's pretty cool. I mean, on the one hand, I would like to create Holy Light shots out of a non-Holy Light shot when it hits a wall, but on the other hand, getting guaranteed Holy Light shots out of every Holy Light shot is really good. Now, that's a sentence that obviously, as it came close to the end there, started to make no sense to me, but that's fine as well. We do have secret rooms available. I'm going to choose not to care about those and instead focus on getting to the mom fight here. We know we have a deal with the Angel, and we know the deal with the Angel, it stinks, and I don't like it at this point, because it's got nothing in it. An Angel statue I can't even blow up. Come on. I gotta try one more time, just because it seems like... Yeah, okay. So we gotta unlock blow-upable Angel statues, I guess. We will... I mean, neither of them are particularly strong. But we'll double them anyway. And you could actually... It's a rare situation. Both of these items benefit from doubling. Only mildly. We're already at max speed and our range is good. But do we really want 2 BBFs flying around on small levels? I think the answer is no, but I'm probably going to take that regardless. I don't think we get any closer to Fungi by taking a 3rd mini-mush. Pardon me. We do have BFF as well. I don't know if BBF plus BFF has any kind of synergistic element to it, but it does have a certain linguistic coolness to it, so I appreciate that. And why are we actually finishing Boss Rush? Well, remember, back before Boss Rush was something that you just stole items from, Boss Rush was something you do in order to unlock things, so... I wonder if this unlocks one of the die. One of the dice, I guess. It's like very Isaac-y. Isaac unlocks dice. Oh, I was shooting the back of the mask. I didn't realize the heart was still alive. I should have followed the advice of Norman Osborn from the first Spider-Man film. The heart, Osborn. First you attack the heart. That weird scene where he's having a conversation with himself as the Green Goblin in the mirror. Should watch the first Spider-Man movie. I've actually seen, for a while, the first Spider-Man movie. There was an awkward transition from Ryan the middle schooler into Ryan the snob. So there was like a bit of a period, probably around like the year 2003, 2004, where I was like, my favorite movie of all time, Charlie Kaufman's adaptation. Nicolas Cage turns in a performance as brothers Charlie and Donald Kaufman that is otherworldly and also reality bending in this creative film from the scribe of being John Malkovich. And then at the same time, I was like, second favorite film ever, Spider-Man 1. With great power comes great responsibility, plus Kirsten Dunst is real cute. That was third favorite movie of all time, Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. That's false. I never really liked Attack of the Clones. But for a while, Spider-Man 1 was my favorite. Sorry, my second favorite movie of all time. You've really got to check out this Tartakovsky film, Solaris. It's so haunting in its desolate beauty. And then also, have you considered watching Ben Affleck's 2002 film Daredevil? Well, we should Emperor like right away. Because what do we care about the womb one? We don't care about the womb one. I'll spoil it for you. We don't care about the womb one. And the runs actually are going to be closer to like a representative length now, I think. Nah, you know what? We already had Brimstone last run. Let's focus on the synergies that we know we can, that are a little bit more novel. Now I've grown into a full-blown snob. But I think I've rebuked my earlier snobby ways. Like, my film choices now, I think, are a reaction to the way that I overcorrected as a teenager. Like, for my, like, 17th birthday, this is not a joke. My parents were like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, the DVD of Federico Fellini's classic film 8½. NL, are you a big fan of 8½? Not really. I had never seen it, but I read on the internet that it was one of those films you have to see. I watched it as a 17-year-old. I didn't really get it, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't really like it that much. Then people said, how do you like 8½? And I said, oh, it's a masterpiece. I don't want people to think I'm stupid, right? Of course you don't get 8½ when you're, well, most people at least won't get 8½ when they're 17 years old. For the average person, your life experience is not at the highest point it's ever going to be at the age of 17. If you're watching this, you're 17, I'm not insulting you by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got so much life ahead of you, you can't even fathom. And it's going to open up a world of understanding in other media, not just from getting references that you wouldn't otherwise get, but it just, you know, it'll resonate with you as well because you've gone through some of the stuff that the characters have gone through as well. How am I supposed to relate to a film about an aging Italian film star? Just doesn't fit. That'll stay open, but why even take any chances? You know, you can put yourself in someone else's shoes to some extent, but you gotta live more to experience it, I think, the way it's meant to be experienced. Contagion. 2020. These are good pickups. I also feel like, you ever, like, listen to music? No, never. No, you ever listen to music and then, like, not know some of the lyrics? And then you come back to it, like, you listen to the song 100 times. Don't know the lyrics. You know, I know most of the words, but some of the words just, you know, don't work for me. They don't fit in my brain. It just sounds like gibberish. You come back after, like, 6 years, listen to it, and you go, oh, I know what he's saying. I understand now. I think that's the same thing, you know. Your brain's grown up a little bit. You've heard more phrases, and you interpret it better. Maybe. I don't know. I'm getting a little abstract even for me at this point, but it's been happening to me lately. I can't think of an example off the top of my head here. One is, actually, and I don't know what this has to do with growing older, but, you know, in Kiss from a Rose, Seal says, to me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Oh, won't you tell me, is that healthy, babe? But did you know that when... Okay, I'll stop myself because we've already said the line, but it's, to me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. When I was a kid, I thought he said, to me you're like a rolling dictionary I can't deny. Same thing with, like, you know, the Bee Gees Staying Alive. They go like, you can try to understand the New York Times effect on man. Someone's in the city breaking, we're staying alive. You know, as a kid, you can try to understand the New York Times a bagel man. You know, at the time I was like, this is a great song. It mentions one of my favorite circular foods. I'm gonna be straight with you. Maybe my second favorite circular food. What's number one? A donut? No, you idiot! It's pizza! Not a donut. What a ridiculous statement you could possibly muster. I can't do... Ooh, something you don't put on a pizza, unless you live in South Korea. Mustard. Ruka, would you like to enter while I hold right until the hush dies? Hello, my feline friend. How are you today? Welcome to the show, Ruka, everybody. Ruka. Ruka, how did it feel at 5:30 a.m. when you threw up on the carpet and I had to get a wet paper towel and dab it half asleep? They go back to sleep, and then you wake up 3 hours later, but you don't feel like you had the kind of sleep you were supposed to have because it was interrupted, and then your whole day is just like mildly off kilter as a result, right, buddy? We did it. Wait, is it? Oh, it's the end of the run, right? I forgot. When you do this, it just ends. All right, well, it was a good run regardless. Get knocked out, son. We'll watch the ending. Hello, buddy. Hello, Ruka. Hello, Tomo. Do you have the fear of FOMO? That's redundant, but FOMO is the fear of missing out. I feel so alone, something, 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 damn bones. It's kind of like a, you know, a bit of a macabre moment there. I don't know if I should have busted out into bad singing to make it feel right. Don't lick my hand. He's licking my hand. Is that a Zazel or just a demon? I can't recall. Fart babies appeared in the basement. You unlocked the void? That's too soon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.